Hi there, this is Chris from MoneyHub, and this video looks at how to use a life insurance calculator. We've published a very comprehensive life insurance calculator in the guide I've linked to down below in the description of this video. And the point is really to is to help you make some considerations about what you need to plan for or provide for should something terribly happen or something terrible happen, sorry, and a life insurance claim needs to be made. The purpose of this is really to go through everything which exists in your life and financially assign a number to it, which will help you sort of determine how much insurance you need. The benefit of doing this is that you don't underinsure, which means you don't, insure for too little. So, for example, if you had a mortgage of $500,000 and debts of say half, like 50 grand, but you're only insured for $400,000, then should life insurance need to be claimed on, then unfortunately, there'd be a shortfall. But at the same time, we don't want you to overinsure, i.e., pay too much to the insurance companies for for coverage which you don't really need. So, for example, if you had total debts and mortgages of say $500,000, and your spouse and family are otherwise comfortable and they have investments and things like that, then then insuring for say $2 million or even $1 million is arguably going to be too much because you'll pay a lot more policy than you actually need. Life insurance is all about, minimizing the risk and looking at, covering expected costs should something awful happen. So without further ado, I'll just go through the start of this guide here. We do update it all the time. If you have any questions or thoughts or anything like that, please leave them in the comments below. We want to be as comprehensive as possible and we want to improve our guides, and it really helps when people sort of ask us things or contribute. And of course, we action that when necessary. Before I do this demonstration of estimating your current cover amount or what you should get covered for, you really need to look at all your unpaid debts and then your immediate expenses and $10,000 for funeral costs. That's the reality. That's although some policies or most policies, life insurance will cover that separately. It's just good to know. And then future spending that you had planned, possibly university costs for children, etc., etc. So I'm going to just go through this and demonstrate how it works. This is just to be read alongside our guide to life insurance, which I've linked to down below. And I just want to go through what you would do. So how much money is owed on your mortgage? I'm just going to do a traditional example here. So I'm going to say $500,000, and then how much money, like the question is, how much money would you like to help your leave for your children to support them? So if I say I've got 3 children, I'm going to say $300,000 for like $100,000 per child. How much? And then how much money would you like to leave as a lump sum to your family? So in addition to the 300,000, then maybe 150,000 there. And then how much money do you have in other debts? So I could say loan. If I had a car loan, I could say there $10,000. Credit card, I could say $5,000. And then other debts, possibly some personal finance, some debt consolidation, and things like that. I could put in $20,000 there. And then how much life insurance do you have? And then I would say 0 because I'm currently not with life insurance. But if you did have life insurance, you could put that there. And then company. So if I have a company or I work for somebody who provides that, then that's pretty much what I'd be looking for. And if I go calculate amount, then it says, based on your numbers, you should be looking for a life insurance policy of at least $985,000. So what I can do there is get some quotes, and I'm just going to show you how I plug that in. So I've used this Life Direct just because it gives quite comprehensive quotes, and you can just see the difference. So what I'll do here is I'm just going to put in some example details. So I'm going to go 40. I'm going to go for a non-smoker, and I won't add another adult and I won't add children. It's just going to be for me, i.e. I'm not insuring for anyone else, and I'm going to push next. So insurance, so I'm just going to click on life cover. I'm only looking at the life cover right now. And then what do I want? So step cover or level cover. I've selected step cover, so this is what I'll pay right now. Like the difference is if I do level cover, then that's just a fixed price. But I'll do selected, I'll do step cover. And then what I'm going to do here is put in 985,000, and then I'll push in next, and it's going to give me a whole bunch of quotes. And the reason that is unfortunately, I'll just have to put in some test. Oh, don't want to do any of that. Test at Gmail, and then 021. Right, so view quotes here. And then I'm going to change that to year, so you can see the annual cost. And that is what the range is. You can see the cheapest insurance there is around $2,000, and then it goes up to around 2,300. Of course, this will all change based on your needs. But the important thing, I just wanted to link the number which we got from the calculator down to the number which is going to go into Life Direct, into any kind of insurance comparison or any insurer that you talk to or any broker. So we can see that 985,000 is exactly what I've used there. And if I decided to increase that, say for example, I went back and I said, right, well, actually, I've just taken on a big mortgage, and I think my kids, because of the way, housing's going in New Zealand, it's going to be crazy, and things are just not as cheap as they were. And I don't know really what the situation is going to be, that I'm going to increase it for $250,000 per child. So I want to give them a head start should something happen. But at the same time, I'll decrease my overall sort of family benefit, the same amount of bets. Then I would calculate that at 1,635, and then I would just change the insurance here, and I'd say, okay, that's the new amount I want to apply, and it's a large amount, and of course you're going to get different different costs for premium. So here you can see that what was the cheapest was Chubb. Just I observed that. That's just the example quote. It's moved around a bit, but you can see here it's about $3,200 to around 3,700. Of course, as I said with the last quotes, this is going to variate based on your specific needs, but that's just worth keeping in mind. So thanks very much for watching. We've just made some disclaimers there. And if you have any questions, as I said, please leave them in the comments below. We want people to use the calculator, and we want them to make an informed choice, and we just want them to get familiar. Please have discussions with your family if you are going to change or get life insurance. Be communicative. I know it's not a great subject to talk about. It's actually the worst thing you could possibly talk about. Well, not the worst thing, but it's not easy, especially New Zealanders are quite sort of reluctant to. But it is something that's really, really important. So just be honest about your debts. Be honest about what you'd like to leave, just so that at the same time, when these insurance quotes come out, look at them and think, well, can I afford $3,000 per year, or should I be able to, change some of the cover? And the calculator really does help you just to kind of work out, okay, well, I can't afford 3,000, but I can sort of definitely afford $100,000. So I can definitely afford $2,000 or 1,500. So I can change these. Obviously the mortgage amount doesn't change, but how much you can leave is going to be big drivers of the premium price. And then these are also fixed as well. So you want to be making sure that you don't really change these, but you will be able to. Of course, you can change anything, but you will want to sort of see what sort of differences here will drive the overall policy price. So thanks very much for watching. We've just used Life Direct. We like them. Like, we do have a relationship with them, but that's not why we put them there. It's just because it gives you 4, 5, or 6 quotes pretty quickly, and just shows you that there is a spread in between the different insurers, even though policies may be quite similar in their benefits. So thanks very much for watching. And if you have any questions, do leave them below in the comment section. Thanks.